Know Your KYC, PMLA Act, and FATF guidelines. How many jurisdictions are currently active members of Asia Pacific Group of Money Laundering? 41. Asia Pacific Group of Money Laundering, Bangkok, Thailand. Risk is attributed on different parameters. Final risk attributed to customer will depend on highest risk parameter. FATF, Financial Action Task Force on Money Laundering, also known as GAFI, Group Action Financiers, has its headquarters in Paris. The Financial Action Task Force is an intergovernmental body established in the year 1989 by the ministers of its member jurisdictions. In April 1990, less than 1 year after its creation, the FATF issued a report containing a set of 40 recommendations, which were intended to provide a comprehensive plan of action needed to fight against the money laundering. Recommendations first issued in 1990. The FATF recommendations were revised in 1996, 2001 and 2003, and most recently in the year 2012. FATF recommendation number 21 describes tipping off and the confidentiality. The act of letting the money launderers know that they are under suspicious is currently referred to as tipping off. FATF currently comprises of 37 member jurisdictions and 2 regional organizations, representing most major financial centers in all parts of the globe, total 39 countries. Which country is FATF observer? Indonesia. India has been included as a member of FATF in the year 2010. India is a member of APG, Asia Pacific Group on Money Laundering, and EAG, the Eurasian Group on combating money laundering and financing of terrorism. 9 FSRB, FATF style regional bodies, have been established for the purpose of disseminating international standards of FATF throughout the world. KYC policy is reviewed by RBI every year on 1st July. KYC Compliance and Fraud Prevention Day is celebrated on 1st August. Risk Awareness Day, Jokhim Jagrita Divas, is observed every year on 1st September. Bank has decided to observe 2nd November as AML CFT Day. The first AML CFT Awareness Day was observed on 2nd November 2015. Customer has been defined under KYC guidelines. AML CFT policy is applicable to whole country including Jammu and Kashmir. The role of AML CFT Cell Jaipur in customer risk categorization comes into play after the initial risk categorization by branch has taken place and captured in AML CFT software on T+1 or later. The transaction monitoring at AML CFT Cell Jaipur is done at post-transaction stage on T+1 basis through an IT platform MLOC. New modified CIFs shall be duly risk categorized in MLOC on T+2 basis. Detailed instructions on risk categorization is issued by AML CFT Department Jaipur. Bank has set up MLOC AML CFT cell, earlier known as KYC AML cell at Jaipur. It will be analyzing the alerts on transactions handled across the bank with the help of software MLOC. FATF recommendations are also revised from time to time, the last being in June 2019, to ensure that they remain up to date and relevant and universal in application. Application software has been acquired from 3i Infotech. The AML CFT department is analyzing alerts generated on daily transactions on the basis of 36 IBA recommended red flags and 10 bank internal red flags. The department is submitting mandatorily CTR, NTR and CBWT reports to FIU IND on monthly basis. AML CFT monitors of cash transactions of rupees 10 lakh and above, including those which are integrally connected, and generating reports thereon, along with BGL accounts also. AML CFT monitors of cross-border wire transfer of the value of more than rupees 5 lakh and its equivalent in a foreign currency and generating report thereon, 5 lakh or its equivalent. AML CFT monitors of cash transaction involving receipt of non-profit organizations of value more than rupees 10 lakh or its equivalent in foreign currency and generating reports thereon. Non-profit organizations, company register erstwhile Section 25 of the Companies Act 1956. Under Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013. AML CFT reviews customer risk categorization on half-yearly basis. MD Risk IT and subsidiary has been nominated as designated director for AML CFT in the SBI. In our bank, GM AML CFT has been designated as principal officer AML CFT on the bank. The principal officer may delegate the function of filing STR, CTR, CCR, NTRs reports on cross-border wire transfer to FIU IND to one or more alternative principal officers who shall not be below the grade of Deputy General Manager. The AML CFT cell, Jaipur, is headed by General Manager, who is also designated as Principal Officer of the bank under PML Act 2002. The bank has decided to fix following thresholds in MLOC software, subject to review from time to time, for filtering transactions and generating STR alerts. Low risk 50 lakh, medium risk 30 lakh, high risk 10 lakh. PRM, Proactive Risk Managers. A fraud monitoring software is analyzing alerts based on ATM, POS and e-commerce. CMP, Cash Management Product Center, is situated in Hyderabad. FIU IND comes under the Ministry of Finance, Financial Intelligence Unit, India. The STR, suspicious transaction reports, should be furnished within 7 days of arriving at a conclusion that any transaction, whether cash or non-cash, or a series of transactions integrally connected, are of suspicious nature. The CTR, Cash Transaction Report, for each month should be submitted to FIU IND by 15th of the next month. Cross-border wire transfer report is required to be filled with FIU IND by 15th of next month for all cross-border wire transfers of the value of more than 5 lakh rupees or its equivalent in foreign currency, where either the origin or the destination of fund is in India. The report of all transactions involving receipts by non-profit organization of value more than rupees 10 lakh or its equivalent in foreign currency should be submitted every month to the Director, FIU IND. CCR, Counterfeit Currency Report, to be submitted by bank to FIU IND by 15th of next month. CCR, Counterfeit Currency Report, to be submitted by bank to RBI by 7th of next month. Individuals with total deposits of rupees 1.5 crores or more are categorized as high-risk customers. Who issues list of high-risk countries in our bank? GMU, Kolkata. All instances of detection of counterfeit currency notes reported to RBI police authorities are required to be reported to FIU IND as counterfeit currency reports on the prescribed format through CGM BOD every month by 7th of succeeding month. Suspicious Transaction Report, STR, to FIU IND through Principal Officer AML KYC of the bank, designed authority under PML Act within 7 days of arriving at decision about suspicious nature of the transaction. Name of STR type, which is based on alerts or information received from branch staff, media, law enforcement agencies, etc. Subjective STR. The proposal of entering into correspondent banking relationship should be referred to the principal officer AML KYC for ensuring compliance with KYC guidelines. SME-BU department is a corporate center has been identified for establishing new, reviewing, renewing the correspondent banking relationship, if any, with cooperative banks. As per Section 13 of PML Act 2012, any deficiency in filing the mandatory reports, that is STR, CWTR, CCR, CTR, by reporting entities will attract minimum penalty of rupees 10,000 and maximum 1 lakh. In respect of accounts where suspicious transaction has been filed with FIUIND, whitelisting of the account for generation of alerts is done to avoid alert generation in reported accounts and duplication of efforts on analysis finalization. Presently, Principal Officer AML CFT has fixed 3 months time for such whitelisting. The GM and Principal Officer AML CFT is authorized for deciding on whitelisting of accounts for STR alerts generation, including change in time parameter. Banks are required to file the electronic copy of the customer's KYC records, data, customer information, photograph, signature, KYC documents with the Central KYC Record Registry within 3 days after the commencement of an account based on relationship of customer. Branches offices shall undertake customer identification in the following cases: selling of third-party product as agent, selling of own product, payment of dues of credit cards, sale of and reloading of prepaid travel cards, and any other product for more than 50,000 rupees. The Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002 came into force with effect from 1st July 2005 and extended to whole India, including Jammu and Kashmir. The PMLA Act 2002 contains 10 chapters. In terms of PMLA Act 2012, banks FIs should maintain for at least 5 years from the date of transactions between the bank and FI and the client. Suspicious transaction is defined under Rule 2Z of PML rules. Transaction is defined in Rule 2H of PML rules. PML rules Rule 3 specifies the transaction, the record of which are to be maintained. Maintenance of record of transactions, nature and value. PML Rule 4 refers to records containing information. PML Rule 5 refers to procedure and manner of maintaining information. Rule 7 prescribes the guidelines of KYC AML CFT procedures and manner for furnishing information, including an obligation to evolve an internal mechanism for detecting the prescribed transactions. PML rules Rule 8 refers to furnishing of information to the director. The role of principal officer is to furnish all information to Director FIUIND under Rule 7 and 8 of the PML rules. PML Rules 9 refers to verification of records of the identity of clients. PML Rule 10 refers to maintenance of records of the identity of client. Rule 10. Offence of money laundering is defined under Section 3 of PMLA Act 2002. Punishment of money laundering defined under Section 4 of PMLA 2002. Punishment of offence of money laundering. The Act prescribes that any person found guilty of money laundering shall be punishable with rigorous imprisonment of 3 to 7 years where the proceeds of crime involved related to Any offence under paragraph 2 of part A of schedule offences under the Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substance Act in 1985. The maximum punishment may extend to 10 years instead of 7 years. Maintenance of records are defined under Section 12 of PMLA Act 2002. Under PMLA, the bank needs to preserve customer records for the period of minimum 5 years from the date of ending of business relations. Transaction records need to be preserved for 5 years from the date of transaction. Records relating to investigations and transactions which have been subject of a disclosure should be kept for 5 years from the time of the STR is filed with FIUIND. If the matter related to suspicious transaction is pending in court, the relevant records should be retained for 5 years from the date of final verdict of the court. Imposition of fine has been defined under Section 13 of PMLA Act 2002. The reporting entities, its directors and employees shall not be liable to any civil or criminal proceedings against them for furnishing under PMLA. Monetary fine imposed under PMLA Act 2002 should be paid within 6 months. Recovery of fine has been defined under Section 69 of PMLA Act 2002. Restriction on civil courts. No civil court shall have jurisdiction to entertain any suit or proceeding in respect of any matter with which the director is empowered, and no injunction shall be granted by any court or other authority in respect of any action taken or to be taken in pursuance of any power conferred by or under this Act, Section 41 of PMLA Act 2002. Any person aggrieved by any decision or order of the appellate tribunal may file an appeal to High Court within 60 days from the date of communication of the decision or order of the appellate tribunal to him on any question of law or fact arising out of such order. Section 42 of PMLA Act 2002. Section 56 of PMLA 2002. Exchange of information with foreign countries. Section 66 of PMLA 2002 provides disclosure of information to other officers, authority or body. Smurfing, layering and integration are 3 types of money laundering activities. Stage where money launderer, who is holding the money generated from criminal activities, introduces the illegal funds into financial system. This might be done by breaking up large amount of cash into less conspicuous smaller sums which are deposited directly into a bank account is called placement. Structuring. This is a particular method of placement, also known as smurfing. It is the practice of executing financial transactions such as making bank deposit in a specific pattern calculated to avoid triggering financial institutions to file reports required by law. It can be described as the act of breaking a large financial transaction into a series of smaller transactions to avoid scrutiny by regulators and law enforcement agencies. Stages where the money launderer typically engages in a series of continuous conversations or movement of funds within the financial or banking system by way of numerous accounts so as to hide their true origin and to distance them from their criminal source is called layering. Stage where, having successfully processed his criminal profits through the first stages of money laundering, the launderer then moves to this third stage in which funds can reach the legitimate economy after getting inseparably mixed with the legitimate money earned through legal sources of income. The money launderer might then choose to invest funds into real estate, business ventures and luxury assets, etc. Integration extraction. Phantom or ghost shipment refers to creating documents for non-existent shipment where goods were never exported or imported. Entities with liquid assets or proceeds of corruption and crime move asset value to offshore locations is called capital flight. The ISIL and Al Qaeda list in and 1988 sanctions list are issued by United Nations Security Council. All employee training program of 3 days duration or more will have a module on KYC standards, AML, CFT measures so that members of the staff are adequately trained in KYC, AML, CFT procedures. Banks are required to file the electronic copy of customers' KYC records, data, customer information, photograph, signature, KYC documents with the Central KYC Record Registry (CKYCR) within 3 days after the commencement of an account-based relationship with the customer. Each banknote, which on examination of various security features parameters is determined as the counterfeit one, shall be branded with a stamp of counterfeit banknote. For this purpose, a stamp with uniform size of 5 cm into 5 cm with the following inscriptions may be used. The counterfeit note at branches should be subjected to verification on a half-yearly basis, 31st March and 30 September, by officer in charge of the bank office concerned. These counterfeit notes should be preserved for the period of 3 years from the date of receipt from the police authorities. Issue of demand draft, etc. for rupees 50,000 and more, effected by debit to the customer's account or against check and non against cash payment, irrespective of providing PAN number. All demand drafts issued of rupees 20,000 and above should be account payee crossed only. Maximum limit of threshold in CBS can be 10 lakhs. Threshold in case of business equal to 1 month's turnover but not exceeding 10 lakh. Threshold in case of salaries equal to 3 months salary. Suspicious transactions be monitored by branch officers. GMGS1 up to 1 lakh, MM2 accountant more than 1 lakh to 5 lakh, BM more than 5 lakh. Full KYC exercise will be required to be done at least every 10 years, 8 years and 2 years for low, medium and high risk individuals and entities respectively. Positive confirmation. Obtaining KYC related updates through email, letter, telephonic conversation, forms, interview, visits, etc. will be required to be completed at least 3 years for low risk customers. Any deposit or any amount remaining unclaimed for more than 10 years shall be credited to DEEP fund within the period of 3 months from the date of expiry of the said period of 10 years. Primary responsibility of ensuring KYC compliance in respect of all accounts maintained with BC, including review of KYC and risk categorization, monitoring of transactions, etc., will rest with the home parent branch. In case of basic saving bank account, who is responsible for ensuring KYC compliance? Business correspondent. KYC verification of all the members of SSG need not be done while opening the saving bank account of SSG. KYC verification of all the office bearers would suffice. NGOs and POs promoted by UN or its agencies are classified as low risk. Risk categorizations, where credit debit submissions are risk category for individual, risk category low for individual less than 50 lakh, debit credit submission for non-individual less than 2 crore. For medium risk category, above 50 lakh and 2 crore for individual, and for non-individual above 2 crore and below 10 crore. For high risk category, for individual, debit credit summation would be above 2 crore, and for non-individual above 10 crore. All inoperative accounts, stockbrokers, pawn shops, telemarketers, auctioneers, non-bank financial institutions, import-export customers, venture capitals companies are medium risk. New account up to 180 days comes under medium risk. NRI customers are classified as bullion dealers, jewelers, pooled account and account of mules are high risk. Trust accounts are classified as high risk. NPA loan accounts are classified as high risk. Non-face-to-face customers are high risk. After opening the account, the risk category of customer can be altered by the branch only in the mentioned manner, repeated only. Low to medium, low to high, medium to high. Name screening is an essential part of customer acceptance policy of financial institution. Accounts of non-face-to-face customers can be opened by bank on the basis of ID and residential proof certified by authorized official of overseas branches of scheduled commercial banks registered in India. Branches of overseas bank with whom Indian banks have relationship agreements are being worked out with our overseas correspondent banks, which shall be communicated in due course. Notary public abroad, court magistrate, judge, Indian embassy, consulate general in the country where the non-resident customer resides. 4 key elements of KYC policy: customer acceptance policy, customer identification procedure, monitoring of transactions, risk management. Small accounts are aggregate of all credits in a financial year up to 1 lakh, aggregates of all withdrawals and transfers in a month up to 10,000. The balance at any point of time does not exceed rupees 50,000. Where the individual customer maintaining a small account is a prisoner in a jail, his signature or thumb impression shall be affixed in presence of the officer in charge of the jail, and the said officer shall certify the same under his signature. The account shall remain operational on annual submission of certificate of proof of address issued by the officer in charge of the jail. The usual requirement of submission of proof of application of the officially valid document within 12 months or review of relaxation after 24 months, which will not apply in these cases. Small account. As a measure of good customer service, we can alert the customer when he crosses the limit of rupees 40,000 balance in the account. Put together rupees 80,000 credit summation in all accounts put together to comply with full KYC norms by submitting necessary document, or otherwise the operations in the account shall have to be stopped. Small accounts can be opened only in branches by authorized signatories. Bank which is incorporated in country where it has no physical presence and is not affiliated to any regulated financial group is called cell bank. In case of transactions carried out by a non-account based customer, that is walk-in customer, where the amount of transaction is equal to or exceeds rupees 50,000, whether conducted as a single transaction or several transactions that appear to be connected, The customer's identity and address should be verified. A student with Pakistani and Bangladeshi nationality will need prior approval of the Reserve Bank of India for opening the account. Who can be guardian in case of insane person? Close blood relatives only. National Voter Service Portal website to verify voter ID: http://electoralsearch.in. Cash transaction of 10 lakhs and above and suspicious nature to be recorded up to 10 years. All financial records which have been reported to the controlling authorities under suspicious transaction list should be retained for at least 5 years after the date of transaction. KYC verification of all members of SHG need not to be done while opening the saving bank account of SHG, and KYC verification of all the office bearer would suffice. Branches should not carry out any financial transaction requested by the customer through email, even if the request is made by a letter scanned as an attachment trio. Categorization of P segment: salaried and non-salaried customers. Basis: average quarterly balance for deposits less than 25,000 silver, 25,000 to 1 lakh gold, 1 lakh to 2 lakh diamond, and above 2 lakh it's platinum. TRV. Total relationship value is less than 5 lakh for silver, 5 lakh to 20 lakh for gold, 20 lakh to 30 lakh for diamond, and above 30 lakh platinum. Home loan less than 25 lakh silver, 25 lakh to 50 lakh gold, 50 lakh to 1 crore diamond, and above 1 crore it's platinum. HNA customers are who has average quarterly balance of more than 20 lakh in P segment at CAF level. DEF account stands for Depositors Education and Awareness Fund. Account number is 161001006009. The foreign NGO which have been put under the prior approval category PAC can receive foreign contributions only after taking prior permission from Ministry of Home Affairs, Government of India. Banker check of more than 10 years should be transferred to DEF account. The decision to open an account for politically exposed persons is taken by an official. Note below the grade of SMGS 4. Politically exposed persons are individuals who have been entrusted with prominent public position in a foreign country, for example, head of states or governments, senior politicians, senior government judicial military officers, senior executive of state-owned corporations, important political party officials, etc. URL for reporting: online reporting of instances of detection of counterfeit currency notes by designed officials. https://ccr-statebanktimes.in. Controlling ownership interest means ownership of or entitlement to more than 25% of shares or capital or profits of the company. Branches may open a narrow bank account in favor of foreign students studying in India. Opening of accounts of foreign students studying in India. For NRO accounts, a declaration should be obtained about the local address within the period of 30 days of opening the account and verify the said local address. For NRO accounts, during 30 days period, the account may be operated with the condition of allowing foreign remittances not exceeding 1000 US dollar or equivalent into the account, and cap of monthly withdrawals to rupees 50,000 pending verification of address. In case of minors, the acceptable KYC documents are the documents of guardians will operate the account to be required. Wherever PAN of minor is not available, Form 60 is to be obtained, which shall be signed by parent guardian only. In following situations, accounts are considered as KYC non-compliant account. Accounts opened with deemed OVD but updated OVD is not provided within 3 months. Small accounts where OVD is not provided within a period of 24 months. Partial freezing means disallowing all debits. Partial freeze to be imposed after 3 months from the date of first notice by allowing all credits but disallowing all debits if the account remains KYC non-compliant. Partial freeze shall be set using screen number 9091 deposit, set stop frozen, handed over. Branch manager shall be designated officer of authorizing partial freeze and removal of partial freeze. If the accounts are still KYC non-compliant after 6 months of imposing initial partial freezing, all debits and credits from or to the accounts should be disallowed, thereby rendering them inoperative. The competent authority to permit closure of such inoperative accounts shall be branch head, not below the rank of SMGS. In all cases, Assistant General Manager Region of the branch, Deputy General Manager B&O shall be competent authority to permit closure of such accounts. If the aggregate deposits are below 5,500 and KYC is not completed with, bank can close the account after serving notice of 30 days. In case of address mentioned as per proof of address undergoes a change, fresh proof of address is to be submitted to the bank within the period of 6 months. While opening account of partnership account, cost 37 is taken. While opening account of HUF, cost 38 is taken. No frill account has been replaced with BSBD accounts. BSBD accounts are fully KYC compliance. It is observed that the address mentioned as per proof of address has undergone a change. Bank shall ensure that fresh proof of address is obtained within a period of 6 months. Who cannot open current account? Minor, illiterate and Pardanishil ladies. While establishing a relationship with a customer, that is opening an account or making certain transactions, for example, cash transaction exceeding 50,000, a physical copy of OVD duly signed by the customer contained details of address as is specified by our circular. List of official valid documents: the passport, the driving license, proof of possession of Aadhaar card, Aadhaar number, the voter's identity card issued by Election Commission of India, job card issued by NREGA, duly signed by an officer of state government, the letter issued by the National Population Register containing details of the name and address. Deemed official valid documents are accepted provided that the customer shall submit updated official valid documents with current address with the period of 3 months of submitting and the above deemed officially valid documents. Utility bill which is not more than 2 months old of any service provider, electricity, telephone, postpaid, mobile phone, piped gas, water bill. Money mules are the person engaged by criminals to hide their route of funding. For example, a fraudster may engage an ignorant person to get deposit in his account and later give that money to fraudster. Money mules can also work outside banking channel and may use Hawala system to transfer funds within country or even outside country. Money mules are third party who are recruited to be used to launder the proceeds of fund schemes, for example, phishing and identity theft, by criminals who gains illegal access to deposit account. In some cases, these third parties may be innocent, while in others, they may be having complicity with the criminals. Money mules are also recruited by various methods, including spam emails, advertisement or genuine recruitment websites, social networking sites, instant messaging, and advertisement in newspaper. Office of Foreign Control Assets (OFAC) is different from FATCA. OFAC is only for remittance to US, while FATCA is any financial asset outside US in any country where tax is liable to pay in US. If remittance is found positive for OFAC, the remittance is referred to originating branch. Non-FATCA compliance countries are subject to 30% withholding tax on payment from the US person by US authorities. Quantum wise, only a few accounts will be FATCA reportable because as on quarterly cutoff date, quarter ending, accounts for individuals with balance $50,000 and entity with balance of $250,000 are FATCA eligible accounts. BMs are designated as RM relationship manager in the context of FATCA CRS. Responsibility to identify the account FATCA CRS responsible or non-reportable has been assigned to BM. CBDT, Central Board of Direct Taxes, is a nodal agency for FATCA CRS reporting in India. CBDT will share the data with US Treasury, IRS, Internal Revenue Service. Further review of risk categorization once in 6 months, as mandated by RBI, may be possible through an automated process only, considering the large customer base of our bank. Beneficial owner. According to Chapter 1, Section 2 FA of PMLA 2002, beneficial owners means an individual who ultimately owns or controls the client of reporting entity, or a person on whose behalf the transaction is being conducted, and includes a person whose exercise ultimate effect over the juridical person, client. Chapter 1, Section 2 HA of PMLA Act 2002 states that client means a person who is engaged in a financial transactions or activity with the bank, and includes a person on whose behalf the person who is engaged in the transaction or activity is acting. For opening an account of legal person who is not natural person, the beneficial owner should be identified, and all reasonable steps in terms of Rule 9.3 of PMLA 2002. In case of company, it is subsidiary listed on the stock exchange. What is criteria to identify and verify the stakeholders or beneficial owner of such companies? It is not necessary to identify and verify the identity of stakeholder or a beneficial owner. The beneficial owners are natural person acting through judicial person, or in case of company, the natural person controlling ownership interest by above 25% of shares capital, profits in company, and exercise right to appoint majority of directors, control of the management or policy decisions. In case of partnership firm, unincorporated associations, societies, the natural person with ownership of above 15% of capital profit of the firm association. In case of trust, the author of the trust, trustee, beneficiary with 15% or more interest in trust and exercising ultimate effective control over the trust. Government has since issued an order dated August 27, 2009 dealing the procedures of implementation of Section 51A of Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967 relating to the purpose of preventing of and for coping with terrorist activities in terms of Section 51A. Central government is empowered to freeze, seize or attach funds and other financial assets or economic resource held by on the behalf of or at the directions of the individual or entities listed in the schedule to the order or any other person engaged in the suspected to be engaged in terrorism and prohibit any individual or entity from making any from funds, financial assets or economic resources or related services available for the benefit of the individuals or entities listed in the schedule to be ordered or any other person engaged in or suspected to be engaged in terrorism. Ongoing due diligence means regular monitoring of transactions in account to ensure that they are consistent with the customer profile and source of fund. Parameter which determines customer risk category, 14 parameters: customer type, occupation, account age, social financial status, export import customers, NRI customers, control risk, account status, turnover, politically exposed persons, business activity, location, STR filed with FIUIND, branch risk categorizations. It may be noted that brevity and coding purpose, the risk categories have been numbered in the bank as under low risk. Number assigned in MLOC 1 and for low risk, number assigned in CBS 0. Medium and high risk 2, 3 and number assigned in CBS 1, 2. The CRC customer risk categorization by AML CFT department is done at 2 levels: daily for incremental accounts customers and at half yearly intervals on 31st March and 30 September every year in between if need arises. Who is assistant MLRO in our bank, AGM region or branch head or head of CPC? Deputy MLRO, Deputy General Manager BNO and MLRO, DGM and CFO, CCFO in circles for branches in NBG and RBG, GM, SAMG for SMAG branches, GM CAG Central for branches in CAG, senior most DGM at MCG, CC and MCG owned branches. To upgrade the risk category from high to medium, low to medium, the branch head seeks an approval from MLRO of the circle. TBML, trade-based money laundering, is one of the main methods by which criminal organizations and terrorist financiers move money for disguising its origin and integrating it back in the formal economy. RDA, Rupee Drawing Arrangement, is a channel to receive cross-border remittance from overseas jurisdictions. Under this arrangement, the authorized category 1 banks enter tie-ups with the non-resident exchange houses to open and maintain their Vostro account. Remittance through exchange houses for financing of trade transactions are permitted up to 15 lakh only per transaction. This scheme is not used for cross-border outward remittance from India. There is no limit on remittance amount as well as on the number of remittances. However, there is an upper cap of rupees 15 lakh for trade-related transactions. Though there are no cap on frequency and quantum except trade-related of remittance, under the scheme, the following transaction patterns may be viewed with suspicion by the branches. Funds sent by multiple remitters to one recipient with threshold of 10,000 per recipient per day. Float sent by one remitter to multiple recipients with threshold of 10,000 per recipient. Inward remittance followed by immediate withdrawal transfer of accounts. Number of remittance for more than 25 in a calendar year by remitter. Number of remittance more than 3 in a calendar month by remitter. For individual, total amount more than 50,000 and 1 lakh for non-individual transaction in account through remittances in a calendar month. Student from other countries having Afghan origin staying in India, maintaining more than one account and generating cash more than 10 lakh in a year. GBW TR reporting. All transactions more than 5 lakhs processed through GLS and RDA are shared with AML CFT Jaipur for being included in CBWRT reporting submitted by FIU IND. Information accompanying all domestic wire transfer of rupees 50,000 and above must include complete originator information, that is name, address and account number, etc. Record relating to investigations and transactions which have been subject of disclosure should be kept for at least 5 years with FIIND. If the customer at the time of onboarding voluntarily provides Aadhaar number for identification purpose and wants to provide current address different from the address contained in Aadhaar records, a self-declaration may be ascertained from the customer to that effect, such current address may be entered in CBS. Non-compliance with KYC AML CFT standards can lead to use of technology channels of the bank for money laundering, financing terrorism activities, and thus expose the bank to risks such as operational risk, reputational risk, compliance risk, legal risk. Risk factor. The service provider may conduct a business on its own behalf, which is inconsistent with the overall strategic goal of the bank. Strategic risk. Poor service from the service provider. It is customer interaction not being consistent with the overall standard of the bank. Reputational risk. Risk factor. Privacy, consumer and the prudential laws not adequately complied with. Compliance risk. Risk factor arising due to technology failure, frauds, error, inadequately financial capacity to fulfill obligations and provide remedies. Operational risk. Risk factor includes but is not limited to exposure to fines, penalties or punitive damages resulting from supervisory actions, as well as private legal risk. FATCA stands for, it is compact between India and USA Foreign Account Tax Compliance Act, CRS. It is compact between India and others. Common Reporting Standards. FCRA Foreign Contribution Regulation Act. CVPS Currency Verification Processing System. UAPA 1967 Unlawful Activities Prevention Act 1967. GIIN Global Intermediary Identification Number MLM. Multi-level marketing MLRO. Money Laundering Reporting Officer PIO. Person of Indian origin CDD. Customer Due Diligence PEP. Politically exposed person UCIC. Unique Customer Identification Code as per RBI and as per SBI Uniform Customer Identification Code CIDR. Central Identities Data Repository CFT. Combating Financial Terrorism CKYCR. Central KYC Record Registry RBA. Risk Based Approach NCCT. Non-cooperative countries terrorists TBML. Trade Based Money Laundering RDA. Rupee Drawing Arrangement IGA. Intergovernment Agreement EDD. Enhanced Customer Due Diligence OCI. Overseas Citizen of India KUA. KYC User Agency EPIS. Foreign FPIS. Foreign Portfolio Investors UNSCR. United Nations Security Council Resolutions.